Hello, choir students and band students. I don't want to forget those choir students today. Today is day 2 of the 5-day Kahoot challenge this week. And this should be Tuesday if you're taking it in time. And the Kahoot you're going to be doing is all based on rhythm today. You're going to be able to have to identify notes and the value of those notes in a 4/4 measure, which, if you didn't know, 4/4 is the most popular time signature, also known as common time, the most common time signature. And at the end, you'll have one more challenge to add up note values together. Now, this is something, if you did band with Mr. Rushmore, he used to do these games with you, so you're probably very adept at doing it, and it should be easy for you. If you feel as though the Kahoot is super easy and you get 100 easily, feel free to take the second Kahoot, which is more of a challenge, and it definitely will kind of push your brain a little further. And if you don't understand a lot of that, you could always look the stuff up and then try taking that Kahoot again. So this is kind of, you'll learn as much as you want to learn. But I'm going to try to go over this just in a few minutes on the basics of rhythms and notes. As you can see right here, we have a whole note, and next to the whole note is the whole rest. And you see that little black line, it's under the 4th line. And we always say it's whole because it's heavy, it's holding down, okay? And then you have the second note, it's called the half note. Half note looks like this. And you can see the little black thing is above the 3rd line, also looks like a hat. Half and hat both start with H-A, so that's an easy way to remember. Okay, then we have the quarter note, which is 1 beat. Okay, we have the note right there, and that's the quarter rest. And remember, anytime you have one of these stems, if it's upside down, the stem will just be on the other side, okay? The other side right here. The 8th note right here, this is half the value of a quarter note and an 8th rest. And you'll also notice over here, this is 2 8th notes together. So when you connect 2 of these together, that little flag connects and becomes that bar. And then the 16th note has a double flag, and when they connect, it's the 2 bars, and this is the 16th note rest, okay? And we're not going to go on to 64th note and 32nd notes and all that, okay? Now, here's a chart how it breaks down. In a typical measure of 4/4, a whole note takes up the whole measure. That's why it's known as the whole note. If you divide that into half, you get 2 half notes, which are each 2 beats. 2 plus 2 equals 4. If you divide them, you will get 4 quarter notes. All right, if you took $1, imagine the whole note's $1, and you broke that into 4 parts, you'd have 4 quarters. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And then you divide that, and you'd get 8 eighth notes. And they don't have to look like single notes right there. We could go back, and they'd be 4 groups of these. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or as you used to say, T, 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 T. Okay? And then you go to 16th notes, okay? And if you connected those 4 16th notes together, well, this is only 2 of those notes, but that's, you kind of get the gist. And we come over here. Here's the note and rest chart. And this is what you should kind of remember, okay? And there's going to be a lot of questions that ask you, how many beats is this rhythm in common time, which is also known as 4/4? Well, the whole note and the whole rest are each 4 beats, 4 beats individually. Half note is 2 beats, half rest is 2 beats, quarter note is 1 beat, quarter rest is 1 beat, 8th note is a half a beat, 8th rest is a half a beat, and 16th note is only a quarter of a beat, okay? Because in a measure, you'd have 16 of these, and each of them would make up that little bit of a beat, okay? So hopefully that explains it. There's a couple other questions in here. One will be steady. What is the steady background pulse? That is known as the beat, okay? So when you think of a metronome and you hear the metronome going back and forth, that is giving you the beat, okay? And the 2 words long and short, they correspond with what word? They correspond with the word rhythm, okay? Because a rhythm is made up of long and short notes, okay? And the final part of this will be adding up notes. So they may say a whole note plus a half note plus a quarter note. 4 plus 2 plus 1 equals 7. All right, guys, good luck. If the first Kahoot's too easy, take the second Kahoot. If you have no idea what you're doing, just take the first Kahoot, do your best, watch this video again if necessary. Thank you. Have a great day.